All right, guys, the stimulus program is working better than expected. So I am about to take a nice little break away from these 18 to 20 months of work that I've been putting in tirelessly, guys. So before doing that, I do want to drop a video to kind of keep you guys up to speed, let you know all of the things that I've been working on, what has worked, what has not worked. I want to share some information with you on things that you can do to help the platform should you want to, and also give you a roadmap on the future development of things that are going to be coming in the future for these wallets. Okay, but I want to start off with showing you guys the progress. We launched the live execution of the stimulus program on Monday, the 28th. And as we look at the daily stats or conversions, we're seeing that the conversions were down to like 25 cents a day. Okay, and since then there's been an increase. I launched it on the 28th, but I did release a video on the 26th, and I think that video, since it started speeding up, I think that was like a buy the rumor, sell the news. So some of you may have gotten wind of the video and like, okay, there's some updates coming. Let me go ahead and start purchasing more. So I think that's why the numbers started increasing then. But on the 28th, of course, the live version started, and the conversions have been increasing ever since. Okay, so like I say, this will continue to increase until the system reaches a balanced point where it's looking at its obligations compared to the amount of capital or Bitcoin that's in the vault. So this will continue to increase. I could see that coming for the next few days at least. So we'll see what it caps off at once it reaches that point. Now, whether you are participating in the stimulus program or not, you should still see these benefits. Okay. And just FYI, this is one of my wallets here. I do want to show you guys a few things to avoid any confusion. So like on this wallet here, if I come to active, you'll notice that this wallet, this 84390, it is in the queue and the top 10. Okay. However, I don't want you guys to look at this and be like, oh, these are all of the only people that are purchasing credits. That's not the case, because people can still purchase credits and their wallet not show here. Because if they are not participating in the stimulus program, then whether they buy credits or not is not going to show. And I'm going to demonstrate that really quickly, because here's another one of my wallets. I'm going to go ahead and look at the list here. So if you notice, this is 84390. Let me open this up in a separate window uh, so we can kind of get a quicker comparison side by side. Come on, if you act right, help me resize these windows a little bit. Okay, so here's one wallet that is in the top 10, right? And that wallet right there is 84390. Here it is right here, guys. And that is in what, like position 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's in position 7. All right. Now, if I take this wallet and I change the settings to remove it from the stimulus generator, that wallet will no longer show here. So I'm going to do that really quickly. And we'll notice that this is going to go away because it's not going to continue to specify wallets that are not participating in the stimulus program. Okay, so we noticed that that wallet went away, and whatever the 10th wallet was, which is mine, I'll pop back up. But if a wallet is enabled and it purchased credits in the marketplace within the last 10 wallets, it does show up. So I don't want you guys to start using this as an indicator of what of 100% of everything that's going on in the marketplace, because it's not. This is just a subset of that. All right, so that's one aspect. Another thing that I don't want you guys to be confused about is the if you're looking and you see, let's see, on this particular wallet, we'll notice, hey, there was a jump in credit. So on the 28th, it was doing 53 cents a day, and then it went up to 77 cents, but then it started coming down. Okay, so you guys got to understand there's still other dynamics of the system that are still in play. And in this case, you have to consider the boost points. So remember, when you make purchases in the marketplace, you get extra boost points that speed up your credit conversions over the course of 24 hours. And that's kind of what happened here, guys, because I made a purchase on the 29th and then again on the 30th, but the amount was less. So the reason you're seeing a decline there's a consistent increase over the course of time from the stimulus program, but this decrease came because I stopped buying credits, and I'm going to show you that here. So if you notice in purchased credits, you notice on the 29th, that's when I purchased $82 worth of credits. So that's why on the 29th it bumped up to that 77 cents. And then I made a smaller purchase of credits on the 30th. All right. But then after that, I didn't purchase anything on the first or today. Right. So that's why we are seeing this decline, because today it does not have those added boost points. So just understand, guys, everything is still working as designed. But if you have any questions about it, leave them in the comments or head over to the forum, and we will open up a discussion to bring clarity to you guys. All right, so those are all of the follow-up things that I want to talk about concerning the wallets. Now, let's get into the things that I've learned and the things that I've done since releasing these wallets. Okay, so trust me, guys, I have been on the grind a lot more than you can believe or understand. There are things that I've been doing that you know not of, and I'm going to share some of those things with you now. All right, one of the things I've done is reached out to many influencers, calls, whatever you want to call them, and I've talked to some of them. Most of them have not or have ignored my uh, correspondence or trying to reach out to them, but some of them have replied, and we've discussed a few things, and it turned out that our interests just didn't align. Okay, so that is one thing that I will no longer waste my time doing. In my time of prayer and meditation, these are things that I'm just going to leave in the Lord's lap and allow him to send people to the platform that he wants to be a participant of it. I'm not no longer going to push these educators and influencers to see if they want to participate or not. If they discover it and they want to, let them come to me. I'm not going to waste any more time doing that, because that is a lot of time that I've been spending trying to promote the product. Okay. The second thing is I have reached out to many venture capitalists and incubators, and I'll demonstrate some of that at the end of the video, but it's not important to get into right now. So uh, once again, some of them have completely ignored my correspondence. Some of them have followed up, and some of them have actually contacted me right through the Digital Crypto Solutions site. But still, at the end of the day, it has come to the point where our interests just didn't align. Okay. Another thing that I've been doing over the course of the year is advertising or trying to promote the system through social media platforms like X, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, because my understanding is that is the way to promote and share information about a project. But none of that has really taken off, guys, and some of it has to do with um, the management of the platforms. I mean, I'm a one-man show here, and I'm not proficient in sales and marketing. So I kind of do what I can, right? And then there's some like the YouTube videos where I kind of ask you guys to like, subscribe, leave comments and things like that, because that actually helps the algorithm to put my videos in better positions. Now, I understand that I can't rely on you guys to do that, and I get it. You guys have lives to live and all that kind of stuff. So because of that, my videos do not get much airplay. I'll get less than 100 views on my videos for the time being, and that's fine because at the end of the day, we now have this stimulus program in place, and it is doing things for us automatically. Okay, so whether we get new users or not, the system will continue to perform at peak performance. Okay. Another thing that I've tried out, guys, both spent both time, research, and money in, and that is in paid advertisements. 90% of the things that I've done in that area have not or have been rejected because a lot of these platforms require crypto projects to have a license in order for them to advertise it. Okay. And these wallets will never do that because they'll never be KYC compliant. They won't um, be subjected to regulations because it does not accept any personally identifiable information. And I want to keep it that way. Okay. Another thing is that the paid advertisements that I have done by kind of creating videos that aren't so obvious to be about the wallet or about cryptos, I've discovered that these advertising platforms are completely scams. I've done a video about YouTube specifically when I put out a campaign to advertise in countries outside of the United States, and all of the clicks that I got that I had to pay for came out of the United States. A demographic that I was not trying to reach. And then come to find out that it was all bot traffic. So if you got any questions about that, go out and check out the video. It's living proof out there for you. So that was something that I wasted both time and money on that I would not do again. Lesson learned. Yet another thing that I've worked on, guys, is SEO. I've done manual SEO research myself, both on YouTube, Google, and all of that. I paid for professional search engine optimization companies. And while I did learn a little bit by working through them, uh, it ultimately ended up I was paying for backlinks. After all of the on-page SEO stuff was done, I was paying for backlinks, and the backlinks were not as um, authoritative as I would have liked. Thus, there was no results over the course of a 3-month period, and I did a video on that as well. So I have completely abandoned any payment on finding influencers, finding search engine optimization campaigns. I'm just that all of that has just been a waste of money, time, and resources for me. And this is why I developed the forum, guys, and we'll get into that a little later. But understand at this point, all of these have been lessons learned, and this is time that I will not be dedicated into useless tasks going forward. Okay. Now, with that said, um, if you enjoy the platform, if you see the vision, if you see how it's performing, and you want to support the platform, I encourage you to do so. And now we're going to talk about ways that you can do this. Okay. Now understand, guys, I'm not pushing anything down your throat to say you have to do this, you have to do that. Okay. This is just to help you help yourself. Okay. Because if you are a participant in this program or in the wallets, bringing other people into it is going to, number one, help them, and then number two, help you as a user yourself, because understand everything is based on transaction fees. The more transaction fees the system has, the faster returns it's going to be able to pay out. So it's actually in your interest to share the platform with other people. So let's get into the ways that you can do that. Number one is the share it with a friend feature, right? Here you have refer a friend. Something very simple, quick, and easy to do. You can just click on that link. It'll pull up a QR code here. You can have someone scan in that QR code, and you'll get boost points for doing things like this as well, right? Faster credit conversions for 24 hours. But just head out here, let them scan that in, share with them information on how this wallet has been a blessing to you and how they can earn Bitcoin through the wallet, right? This has been out for a while. I understand many of you have not used it. Maybe like one or two people have used it. And if that's too intrusive and you're not comfortable sharing, fine, forget that part. Here's a second thing that you can try. Leave a review on Trustpilot. All right. So if you leave a review on Trustpilot, anytime you come to the site, you can just click on this link here. It'll take you to the review. You can come out here and leave a review. And this is whether your review is good or bad. Give your honest assessment about the system. Okay. And this always helps. Okay. This brings eyes on it, and this lets people be aware of the platform and if it's good or not, right? So I solicit you guys to do that. A third thing you guys can do is if you're on social media, if you have a Facebook or X or YouTube channel, whatever the case is, share a link or share some information about the project in your social media account. Okay, that's not difficult to do. You're not being intrusive to anyone. Nevertheless, if you want to support the platform, you can do so by creating those type of backlinks, by sharing the information with other people. Okay. If you don't want to share it through your own social media platform, go to somebody else's platform and share it. That's why YouTube has comments that you can leave. You can share information and links. Well, you can't share links, but you can certainly uh, direct them to the wallet, tell them your experience, and even put my little name in there at Mystify, right? So that way, people can at least go to my channel and kind of discover the wallets through the videos that I've already put out there. Okay. Same thing with X and Facebook and everything else, guys. Use the socials, right? Another thing that you can do is register for the forum and use the forum. Okay. So this is going to be key in so many ways, guys. I can't even describe it to you. Um, why I developed this forum. Uh, Man, understand the benefits of it, and you guys really will want to use it. Okay. Number one, the thing this is going to do, the more activity this forum gets, guys, the more fresh content comes out. The more fresh content comes out of this, the more search engine optimiz or search engines are going to look at it, the more AI bots are going to look at it. And this is going to, number one, bring more awareness to the platform. Number two is going to help digital crypto solutions become an authority site because more people will want to come and post in the forum. Number three, as that happens, it opens the door to more advertising. So when people advertise in this, they're going to want to advertise because there are going to be a lot of eyes on the forum. And when this happens, guess what's happening with these advertising dollars, guys? It's going into the vault to pay out faster yield for the Bitcoin wallets, right? So we're essentially building a very strong and solid foundation to have many sources of income coming into the wallets, right? Things that I could potentially build businesses on and have that coming in as revenue for myself. But I'm not doing that. I'm doing this to help support the growth and awareness of Bitcoin and getting it into the hands of more people through these wallets. Okay. So that is the goal here. And understand that your participation in it can help. Now, it's not only that way that you can benefit from it, but you can also benefit by doing the things that other platforms are going to shut you down on. like gatekeeping. You know, they don't want you talking about this project, this issue, or that issue. Hey guys, if it has anything to do with cryptocurrencies and it's legit or a scam, there are forums out here for that. All right. So another benefit of this forum, and this particular forum here, the updates and announcements, is dedicated to be a source of information about everything that's going on with the wallet. So you guys can come out here and engage in conversations. If you have questions, you know, we are clarified here, but you don't have to find out anything else from any other platform, whether it be social media or whatever the case is. This is going to be the source of what's going on with the wallets, and that's going to come straight from me. Okay. But there are many other forums out here that you guys can engage in. And I will probably end up doing a video on what each one of these are, or maybe not each one, but do a quick review on them, and then kind of show you guys how to use the platform effectively so you know all of the features and all that type of stuff. And one other thing that I've been working on, guys, as far as search engine optimization is concerned, is the search engine optimization for this forum. That has been extremely difficult, has taken me quite a bit of time and research to figure some things out. And now, ultimately, over the past few days, I've kind of found some solutions to where um, information and posts in these forums is now being indexed by major search engines. And not only that, I've done some back end work to where when updates are made to a post, that's like being submitted to some of these search engines within, you know, every 10 minutes. So if you come out here and you see a post, hey, you can come out here, someone else makes an update to that post. Well, within 10 minutes, that update will be updated to some major search engines. Okay, so again, these are things I know you probably don't care that I'm doing, but I'm doing because it's going to help benefit the platform as a whole. So again, these are foundational things that we're doing, and I'm sure if you come through and just look at some of the uh, forums that are available to start speaking on now, you'll find something that interests you. If you find something in the news that you want to report and share it here, guys. Share it in the forum, because now that I've done the work to get the SEO aspect done of it, when you start posting out here, it will be seen by search engines. You also have the benefit of sharing your own platform. If you have a YouTube channel or X, or if there's a product or service you're promoting, well, guess what, guys? You can post it here. Okay, as long as you're using the wallet, you are free to post it here. You are free to post links, which will drive traffic to your site or your product or your service, whatever that may be. But make sure it sticks to crypto. Don't come out here and send it to no clothing. And I actually had to ban some users that came out here and had profile links that were pointing to porn sites and things like that. So just know that I am on the lookout for trash. You know, people that want to come out here and post trash and only use the platform uh, to uh, shall I say, advertise a corrupt product or service. So, uh, but for most of you guys, that if you have something legit, or if you've run into issues where you've had scam projects, you can report those here. Okay, I think I got something specifically for that. Yeah, you can report scam projects. You can report the con artist. So if someone has burned you, man, this is the place to come and report it. Okay, because again, you're reporting it, you're letting the world know about it, and because we are now getting these things indexed by the search engines, that's going to get out even more. Okay. All right, so those are the things that you can do. And just by doing this, guys, hopefully you enjoy the experience, and just know that you are supporting the Root Wallet ecosystem as well. Now let's get into the development, future development. Well, like I say, with the release of this stimulus program and the way it's working now, I'm going to take a nice little break. Right. I'm not stressing about anything ever again because the wallet is in an excellent state right now. But when I return to my development aspect, I will continue with the API. I'm about halfway done at this point, and most of the coding is done. I just have to do um, a lot of testing and quite a bit of documentation to release the API connections. But the first API will be for automated payments. Okay, so if someone has a wallet and they want to use that wallet to send out Bitcoin payments to a large amount of people, whether it be internal or external, then they will be able to just plug into this API, write up their own scripts, and tell the system how or when to send these payments. Okay. Once that's completed, I'll be working on an API that supports the bridging of Bitcoin with other blockchains. So, whatever the blockchain or technology is, someone on that blockchain or this writing on that blockchain will be able to connect to our API to quickly and cost effectively convert from Bitcoin, which is real Bitcoin on these wallets, to these other chains, and it will be able to be done in a matter of seconds, right? As opposed to you wanting to like grab some Ethereum from your Bitcoin. You know, you have to go out there, you have to wait for your Bitcoin to be received and all that type of stuff. These wallets circumvent all of that. And that's what I'm saying, guys. People don't understand how powerful and effective these wallets can be and how it can really change Bitcoin for the better. Okay. So that second aspect is going to be developing an API for bridging Bitcoin with other cryptocurrencies. After that, uh, we have talks of doing a lending protocol. Okay, I got this tip from Drip Coach. Shout out to you, my brother. And this is something that I'm like, okay, that sounds like it's something interesting because he's been doing research on that aspect of it. So he comes, relays that information to me. And in our discussions, I've determined that that is pretty much a good idea that we can do in the realm of Bitcoin. After that, I'll be working on an escrow service. So this is very much needed in the space because there are a lot of scams where people say, hey, send me your Bitcoin and I'll send you this, and making all these promises. And then once you send them your Bitcoin, it's gone forever, right? Right. And one of the things that I want to put an end to is being able to have a safe environment for people to put their Bitcoin in escrow and wait until they get their service before that Bitcoin is released to the person that's selling the product or service. Okay. So that is something that's going to be put in place, and there are going to be some really cool features that I have in mind with that I will keep to myself for now. But trust me, guys, you are going to benefit from it as well. Okay. And then what's after that is a marketplace for white label owners. So just like we have the marketplace for buying and selling credits, um, owners of the white label will be able to buy and sell their white label positions with that as well. Okay, so those are kind of some things that are in the works in that order. And who knows, other things might come up, just like this stimulus idea came up where I had to pause the work that I was doing on the API because this was such a great idea. It's like I really need to focus on getting this out there, and we are seeing the fruits from that right now. Okay. Now, finally, I will discuss the future of the platform. So, how can I say this? You guys are in good hands right now. And I have every intent to continue to build, grow, and develop this platform to greater and greater levels. Now, I have sought in the past um, connections or partnerships with capitalists or other investors. However, I am not so inclined to do that right now because, in talking to some of them, many of them want a position to have some type of ownership of the wallets themselves, as opposed to the white label that I'm offering. Now, the problem with that, guys, is that when you let someone in to a product or company or whatever the case is, they've put in their money. Well, they want to start calling the shots. And one of the things that I want to stick to with these wallets is, number one, there will never be any KYC. Number two, 80% of whatever the wallets generate will always be used to send back to the end users. Okay. This is not a money making scheme for the people that are behind it. This is a earning potential for everyone that participates in the wallet and wants to grow their Bitcoin holdings. So if I let somebody else in, they most certainly will say, I want a faster return on my investment. Let's decrease that 80% to 75%, then 70%, then 65%. And if you guys notice, anytime a business is bought out, the service is degraded. It gets less, and you get less service, you get less product, you get less everything, right? And that's not something that I'm willing to do by partnering with somebody else. Now, if someone comes along and just wants to buy out this project completely, I mean, everybody has their selling point, right? So I'm not so in love with the project that I won't sell it to somebody, right? But should that happen, you guys know that I will let everyone know that such acquisition will be coming up within 30 days. Okay, so I'll give you guys at least a 30-day heads up to let you know that ownership of these wallets, or whoever owns the software, uh, will no longer be me. And that way you guys can kind of assess whether or not you want to remain in the platform or not, because who knows what they'll do once they get their greedy little hands on it, right? But in the midst of that, trust me, I'm going to be getting paid so much for the buyout that I'll probably come to you guys and just give quite a bit of that Bitcoin to many of you guys, particularly the ones that have kind of followed me from the jump and supported me in this effort. Okay. So you guys can rest assured that this will remain in good hands always. And if it goes to somebody else, then you will know about it way before that happens. Okay. Now, one of the other things that I would like to do in the future is make these wallets completely decentralized. It's not that way now because Web3 technology and distributed computing just hasn't reached that level yet to support a wallet system like this. But as it continues to evolve, trust that that is something that is in my game plan. That has been in my game plan from the beginning. When I first started designing these wallets, that's something that I spent quite a bit of time trying to research what technology was out there to make it decentralized. And that just does not exist for a project like this right now. Hopefully in the future it does. And once that's done, we'll implement ways to make it decentralized. And just like right now, you have miners that are mining Bitcoin and getting rewards for it. Well, some of you guys will be able to run Bitcoin nodes and run the software for these wallets and be able to generate Bitcoin from it. So that's kind of the concept of these wallets going forward. But again, the technology is just not available to us right now. So um, just know that that is something that's in the making. All right, now finally, guys, I will end this video with sharing some conversations with you guys that I had with a venture capital firm if you're interested in seeing it. And these people actually were one of the ones that reached out to me. And I'm going to show you just how this conversation goes and let you understand that um, there are conditions to make sure that our interests align. And in this one here, our interests just did not align. And I checked out this company, this FZF Capital or some Ventures, FZF Ventures, and we had a nice little discussion to start off with, right? But things kind of broke up toward the end, and I figure I just go ahead and share this with you guys, let you know I am doing things on the back end to help promote the system, but I will not be doing them anymore unless someone reaches out to me. I will no longer make efforts to reach out to anybody else. Okay. So understand, guys, I know that 90%, 90 plus percent of everything on TG is a scam. You know, people try to reach out to you, get your information, do this, do that, or whatever the case is. So anytime someone reaches out to me on Telegram, um, I always go in with a high level of suspicion. Okay. But nevertheless, these guys kind of came together. They followed up, and Daniel, I think he's the head of this guy. He said, "Good morning, guys. Thanks for your time. Nice to meet you." I'm like, "Okay." Someone else named Austin said, "Hello, man. Nice to meet you." I said, "Greetings, all. Pleasure to meet you. Blase, blase. I need to confirm y'all legit. I don't want, you know, any fakers out here." So I had them send me an email from their domain. So he's like, "Okay, give me 2 minutes." Done. I confirmed it, and it was actually the people who own that domain. All right, so Daniel says need to discuss the in text format. After that, we can do a meeting. So I'm want to do a virtual call because there's so much information that talking is not really going to get it. So he asked for a pitch deck. We already have that in place, so I sent him a pitch deck. So I explained it's a lot of text to describe, but I'll get ball rolling on it. And we do have a pitch deck. Give me a moment to retrieve it and upload it. So I uploaded the pitch deck here, and then I started in the process getting them acclimated since we got a text. I like the roadmap has changed a bit. The first API that's being worked on now is a way to programmatically automate payments through the wallet. A bridging API will come after that, just as I previously told you guys. But let's get into the details of the wallets. First and foremost, it is a Bitcoin wallet, so users can send and receive Bitcoin as with any other wallet. Access to the wallets are through websites currently, Hire BTC and Drip to BTC. There are no apps to download or install. So as I'm going on, he chimes in and says, "Sounds pretty interesting. Who are your partners?" I say, "No partners." Again, guys, like I say, you really can't trust anybody else to come in because they're going to want money, right? I mean, they would rather you get 50% of the proceeds than 80%, right? So I say, "No partners. I'm the sole designer developer, but I do have a small team of users that understand the vision, offer support if they can." So shout out to you guys that have been doing that. So he's like, "Okay, noted, thanks." About which amount of investments are we talking? So then I share with them the white label. I'm like, in regards to investments, I've created a white label solution for the wallets. Through the white label, the owner receives 5 to 10% of all transaction fees that are initiated from that site. Base fee for the white label is currently £70,000, and the price increases by 10,000 with the issuance of each white label. Now, keep in mind, guys, these people here, they're investing millions of dollars, right? $70,000 is a drop in the bucket. But so I continue on. The wallets have been operating for a little over a year now, and the most effective means of onboarding users is through influencer marketing. So if you have a following or have connections that have a large following, a lot of money can start being generated in a fairly short amount of time. And this is the case with the white label, guys. But here's his response: "We are not interested in promoting your product, but in getting a return on investment." And this is key, guys, because I understand this completely. But one of the things he doesn't understand about the wallets is that this is a more effective solution, because a lot of times venture capitalists invest in a product, number one, that don't even have an MPV. I mean, they don't even have a product that's live, right? But they're investing in the concept, and they have to wait, number one, until that concept is released. And then they have to wait to see if the prototype actually performs, right? Our proof of concept has been proven. It's already been operating and proven to be beneficial and making money, okay? But after making this statement, I clarify to them because I understand how VCs think. I'm like, the more activity that occurs, well, this was in response to that. So In response to this one here, I say the white label is actually the best way to get a return on your investment. There's no waiting period on development, and it can be up and running in a matter of a day. And then Daniel says, okay, we need to do a meeting. Did Alice give you invite? So he talks to Alice, tells her to send an invite, whatever the case is. And in the process, I share with them, get ready to think outside the box because, again, people just don't get these wallets and how effective they can be. And furthermore, as innovative as these wallets are, the investment opportunities are just as innovative. Not doing things the traditional way, but focused on creating win-win solutions for everyone that touches the projects, be it wallet holders or investors. And he says, we're used to breaking the standards. So in general, it's hard to surprise us anymore, which is cool. I understand he's been in the VC space, but again, nobody's ever done anything like this with Bitcoin. So I say, we'll see. You are the one who said we're not interested in promoting your project, but getting an ROI. Nevertheless, kudos to you for considering to delve deeper. In the end, the white label is your product. So whoever purchases the white label from us guys, number one, that's money going into the vault. Number two, they have their own platform that they don't have to maintain, that they don't have to spend another single penny on, that's going to be up and running for themselves. They don't have to hire employees, they don't have to hire compliance officers or any of that. All they have to do is sit back, relax, and collect Bitcoin from the performance of their wallets, right? So Alice gets on the ball. She sends a link, and here's where things kind of start falling apart, guys. Um, Now, before she sends that, I do let them know just one thing that I'd like to mention before wasting any of our time, as this may very well be a deal breaker for you. The wallets are not and will never be compliant with regulatory agencies. It's software, just like the Bitcoin Core software, and does not accept any user information outside of an email address. So no KYC at all. And this is cool because they like, that's great. We're happy about it. So that's good to know that there are VCs out there that are willing to support things that aren't regulated. Okay. And then I say, this is the app that they told me to go to. I went out to this app and noticed that I have to download and install a package. Really don't care to do that at this point as I'm not familiar with it. Got any other ways to communicate? Now, keep in mind, guys, in this communication, he just said, hey, we need to talk. So I'm thinking, okay, let's talk. But he says we use Norlax because their client can be linked to Palo Alto's, whoever this is, enterprise VPN to protect our network. Now, I get all that, and I understand that Norlax very well may be a platform that they have already invested in and they're promoting, right? And this is what VCs should do. They should try to connect existing investments to other investments they're making to help all of them grow and make money. So I get that aspect of it. But right now, guys, we're talking about a separate project. So we're just talking about simple correspondence. So he says, understand us. We're worried about network security. Well, we ain't going to talk something so serious that network security will be broken through using something like Google Meet or something like that. So I'm like, what will you use it for in this case? Video chat, sharing confidential docs, etc. And he said, yes, we'll use for communication, sharing docs, taking notes, and stuff like that. They also have AI to help with the development of things. I'm like, but for me, is this for a video chat? And he's like, yes. And also we will add you to the development or to all the departments of our company and will also be in touch with you, I guess through that means. So I'm like, no, I ain't about to install this software. I'm sorry. So I say, I prefer to start with systems that I don't have to install. TG Chat is good. Google Meet is good. I have to look more into this Norlax before installing it. And he says, I'm sorry, but that's all we use. Check out their Telegram channel, right? So while he's doing that, I reach out to Drip Coach on the back end, and I'm like, hey, bro, jump into this chat real quick. and let me know what's up. So I'm like, well, Austin, I'm sorry as well. That's not going to work for me. But I just invited someone to collab that I collab with to see if he is familiar with it. So Drip Coach chimes in, and I'm like, hey, Coach, are you familiar with this? And he's like, no, sir, can't say that I am. And then Austin says, obviously, you won't be familiar with it for its a startup. So this kind of lets me know that that probably is a startup that they invested in. However, again, guys, we're talking about communication, and you're trying to get me to install something on my computer that I know nothing about. So when he says he's sorry, I'm like, okay, sorry, Austin. That's not going to work for me. Feel free to hit me back if when we can collab through a different medium. And then and when I said this quickly, but then once he said this part right here, I'm like, that's even more of a reason for me not to trust this platform, right? This is a startup you invested in. I don't have access to your code. I don't know what you guys are doing, what you installed on my system. And then he said, just scan on any antivirus. Nah, bruh, can't do it. So I'm like, no thanks, Austin. That's the only mean if that's the only means that you have to communicate through, then there's no need for either of us to waste any more time. Let's call it a day, and if there's any real interest, you'll find another solution. So that's kind of how we left it. And just to show you guys that these type of conversations do take place with both VCs, with influencers. Some of them have been quite popular influencers that actually love the demonstration of the product, but they turned out being scams. So thank God I was able to identify that before uh, considering to venture to work out for them. I'm not going to share who they are because that was a more of a personal, confidential conversation. But that's kind of how things have been going in the space, guys. So just know that all is well with the platform. Is running better than it ever has before, and your boy is about to take a nice little break. I'll probably continue to do a few more videos, and both from a wallet perspective, getting free money, how to get free money, and you guys might want to check this out. You can actually get $75 in crypto by going out registering for Gemini. So if you click on this link from the forum. Imagine this, guys. You go out there, click on the link, put $100 out there, trade $100. You're going to get $75 in crypto. Sell that $75 in crypto and put your $100 back in your bank account. Man, that's just $75 that you made out of nothing, right? So this is out there. Like I say, I'm always about getting money into you guys' pockets, and it's up to you whether you want to do it or not. All right, guys, I think I've rambled on quite a bit this morning, and your boy is about to take a break. So we will holla on another video should one come shortly. All right, peace out.